Okay, fight fans, fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. So let's get started. Okay, first off, last weekend was a terrific weekend of boxing, so congratulations are due. Jojo Dan, a successful return to the ring, a perfect icebreaker for him. Kid Chocolate at a catch weight knocks out his dude. Badu Jack beats up a pouting George Groves. And Dylan Carmen retires Razor Ruddock with a knockout. Now that's kind of a big deal because a prime Tyson could never do it. And last but not least, the retirement, supposedly, of Floyd Mayweather. So real quick, I just want to mention for a Toronto card, even though Adonis Superman Stevenson won his fight and was more or less the headliner of the card, it didn't really sell out too much for what Toronto would consider sellout. Now, the truth is, it happened during the Toronto Film Festival, so even hotel rooms were just absurdly expensive. It was a tough time to do an event in Toronto, but they pulled it off, and it was a great card nonetheless. Now, I will point out that if that card would have happened in Montreal, it would have probably have been more profitable than what it was in Toronto, but that's me just talking. So, now, Dylan Carmen knocked out Razor Ruddock. Now, if you try and look at what Dylan Carmen can do next, my guess is that he's going to be coming to Montreal. Now, there's only one dude calling him out there, and there isn't too many heavyweights, to be honest, that are going to be fighting for the Canadian title anyway, that Dylan Carmen can pick from. So if we were to shorten the list to at least the top six, in the top six, there's already two guys in there Dylan Carmen's fought. And then there's one guy who's actually something like a welterweight or a super welter, so I don't know what he's doing in there. And then last but not least, we have the guy I'm talking about, Eric Barak. Eric Barak, through his Facebook, called out Dylan Carmen. Now, Eric Barak had a loss to Razor Ruddock in a 6-round decision. But mind you also got to keep in mind, somewhere in the second or third round, I think, he rolled his ankle, so he couldn't really get off his power shots. Even though Barak has now got 3 losses, you also got to keep in mind, the guy's got 7 wins by KO out of 8 wins. So his KO percentage, when he's going at it, it's up there, for a heavyweight especially. Now, he's got short arms, and he's got a bit of a James Toney feel to him, but if he shows up in shape, I see him giving Dylan Carmen hell. Now, good fight in Montreal, so I'm all for it. Hopefully those two get to talking to each other. Adonis Stevenson was hopefully looking for a new home, I think, in Toronto. Maybe, for some appreciative fans, but wasn't the case. There is a strong possibility I think Adonis is going to fight in the States the next time around. The media is not kind and is not forgiving. That is one thing for sure. Now, speaking of not being kind and forgiving, Mayweather supposedly retired. Now, even the announcers at Showtime, I couldn't say it without chuckling. Nobody believes him. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Nobody believes him that he's retiring. Not only is it because Berto was chosen as his last fight, and not only because people really don't see him doing anything else, but mainly because with everything Mayweather has taught us, we were expecting, well, at least I was waiting for pachyderms and lions and tigers and bears and Cirque du Soleil and, the Red Bull motocross team and maybe the Blue Angels, some sort of parade with the mayor of Los Angeles and Las Vegas, maybe the entire NBA following them down the line, just for some reason. World Star Hip Hop having their own float, I was really expecting huge fanfare, like the death of a pharaoh, like just people on the streets, and just not too many people showed up. Not too many people bought the pay-per-view. I think Floyd threw a party, and less people are showing up. This is going to piss Floyd off, and I don't see Floyd retiring on this note. I don't see him retiring without the adulation. So it is what it is. Retired for now, Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so that's going to lead me to what's going on this week in the Fight City. Obviously, on the daily, fresh picks and posts from the Fight City. Make sure you go hit up the website. We got great articles on there from great writers. And then there's me. Also, check it out. There's going to be a great piece with Anna Reva and her new protege, Batir. He's going to be fighting on a card this weekend, and we got lucky enough to get an interview done with them. So look out for that this week. I'll be tweeting it, obviously, and it'll be on my Facebook. So go ahead and hit me up and look out for that. Now, as far as fights go, locally, we got plenty of stuff to watch out for on 3 points out of 4 of the island. So first off, Coteau-du-Lac. That is west towards Ontario. It's off the island, but it is the home of Francis Lafreniere, the Canadian middleweight champ. It's his gym. He's got a great bunch of kids in there, and they're having an amateur gala. If you even live near there, or you're just interested in watching some good boxing, make sure you go hit them up. It is at 655 Route 201 in St. Clair. The phone number will be on the screen, 450-208-3802. Hit them up. There's going to be a special guest. I can't say too much because we don't want to make the place shut down from the fire department or something. But there is going to be a special guest, so make sure you go check out their Facebook if you're interested in finding out about that. Now, also going down this weekend, a little MMA in K-Town, Kanawake, just across the Mercier Bridge at the Knights of Columbus Hall. Make sure you go check them out on Facebook and Google them. Fight Quest, one night of champions. It's going to be a good amateur MMA card, so make sure you go support. It's happening right across in the South Shore, so there's that going down. And last but not least, where I'll be this Saturday night, Fondation Ghislain Manny Maduma is throwing down a beautiful amateur boxing gala at Bain Saint Mathieu on Ontario Street. Make sure you go check it out. That's 2915 Ontario Street East. The phone number is 514-616-4097. I believe there's only a couple tickets left, so make sure you hit them up and get your tickets. The money goes to charity, plus you get to watch the debut of young Batir, Anna Reva's newest protege, and one of my favorite fighters, future champion, Shaquille Finn. So make sure you get your tickets. That is going to be a terrific night of fights. Now that leads me to what we can watch this week. And there's plenty of stuff for us to watch. Again, the UFC is still taking a break, so at least we get to breathe a little bit. Tuesday night on Fox Sports 1, if you get a chance, Sammy Vasquez versus Jose Lopez. Good little card. Make sure you check it out. It's on Fox Sports 1. Now, that brings me to Friday. Still plenty of stuff on Friday, though. So, first off, Friday, you got Golden Boy Boxing, again on Fox Sports 1. Then on the Fight Network, you got World Series of Fighting 23. You got to check that out. And then right after that, live also, they got Resurrection Fighting Alliance 30. So make sure you check those guys out. The Fight Network always bringing you good stuff. Also, probably for us Canadians on the internet or on Bounce TV, Premier Boxing Champions. Caleb Truex is fighting on that card. One of my favorite fighters to watch. He's definitely worth the ticket. Worth the price of admission. If you get a chance, go ahead and look for that. Caleb Truex, he's fighting on Bounce with PBC. So now that leads me to Saturday night. Saturday night, still busy. Busy. If you get a chance, going down in Dublin, we got BAMA 22. BAMA is a fantastic organization. All kinds of names coming out of there. It is the premier spot in Europe at the moment. Titan FC 35 is going down. Healy versus Hahn. I'm a little disappointed because my boy Mike Ricci was supposed to get a shot at this, and then some stuff happened. Now he's over at World Series of Fighting. Nonetheless, Desmond Predator Green is still on the card. Titan FC 35. Make sure you look out for Des Green. Right now, fighting with the Black Zillions. Had some issues, a little closer to family for him. It's a little easier to get around in the States. So hopefully he'll be back in Montreal sometime soon. We'll get to shake his hand. Hopefully after he regains his belt at some point. Last but not least, there's this big weird double event going down, Bellator 142 Dynamite. Now, they have two portions of this card. Basically what it is there's going to be an MMA ring and a kickboxing ring. Yes, I don't know how this is going to go down. It might be really good, it might be really bad. I'm going to watch it anyway because I have a problem. But the point is, as far as MMA goes, you're going to get Phil Davis versus Manuel Newton. You got Tito Ortiz still fighting, King Mo. Oh, The Darkness! Francis Clermont's on this card. Make sure you check it out. The Darkness is just an evil dude. More than likely, MMA is the only thing he can do in this world because he is probably from a distant universe where battle was necessary every day and he would be leading some sort of dark orc tribe towards some glowing eye somewhere. He is a freaking monster, and you gotta look out for Francis Clermont. The Darkness, just an evil dude. Now, on the kickboxing side of this, now, kickboxing's always fun. I always like watching kickboxing. A little bonus, Paul Simtex Daly's kickboxing on this card, so, well, who knows? Paul Daly, the last holdout for the UFC, the only guy that's never crossed the line, never went back to the UFC, that is. Last but not least, Sunday night, M1 Challenge 61 going down at 11 a.m. on the Fight Network. If you're like, man, what am I doing waking up at 11 a.m. on a Sunday? Trust me on this. Go get some McD's breakfast because they shut down at 11. Get home, put on the Fight Network, and watch M1 Challenge. These guys are nuts. It's Russian MMA. It's going down in the middle of the afternoon Sunday. It's the perfect thing to lay down in bed and watch. M1 Challenge 61, Battle of Narts. I have no idea what Narts is, but it sounds badass as hell. Make sure you check them out. These Russians are crazy. Sunday afternoon. So that's it for me this week. Make sure you check out my other shows. Hit me up on Facebook or Twitter. Check us out on thefightcity.com. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next week.